Well, as you can see, it's URSA, but it's mini, as we say here. This camera weighs 5 pounds. So the original URSA was 16 pounds. Awesome camera, has a 10-inch fold-out screen, has scopes on the sides, video on the sides of the monitor. But that camera was primarily a workflow camera where you'd have maybe a guy pulling focus on one side, another guy on the other side doing audio, that type of work. Have it on a tripod. Of course, you can run around with that camera, but again, 16 pounds. So we wanted to make something smaller, handheld, more portable, so if you want to go on the run and go and shoot, whether it's on your shoulder or it's down here low, again, it's only 5 pounds. It's not going to break your back when you're running around with it. It has the same features as the URSA camera in the sense that it's the Super 35 size sensor. You can do global shutter up to 30 frames a second. You get up to 60 frames a second in rolling shutter on this camera. And again, just like the URSA, you can shoot to CFast cards, dual slots here. So if you fill up one of the slots, it'll automatically switch over to the next slot. You can shoot all the flavors of ProRes, and you can also do a Cinema DNG RAW file on this camera. 15 stops of dynamic range if you do the 4.6K sensor. Then you would get 12 stops of dynamic range if you do the 4K sensor. So there's about 4 different versions, 2 in each slot there with the 4.6K, PL and EF, and then the 4K in EF and PL. But as far as the overall details, I mean, most of the stuff is here. You have your XLR connections, you have SDI out, you have reference in, time code in, of course the power here. You still have a headphone jack, length control. The nice thing about this camera, one of the options I should tell you about, it's an accessory that we've added on this year, is the ability to do a viewfinder. So whether you're working with the URSA Mini or you're working with the regular URSA camera, it has 1920 by 1080 full HD screen, so you can see that, and then you can pull up focus peaking, focus charts, things like that. Nice, beautiful optical glass inside. Yeah, and then you can switch it over. We actually built it in here, so you do have the power in, and you also have the SDI connection for that. The nice thing about this camera, again, like I said, it's very portable, handheld. We have an optional shoulder mount here that comes with the top handle and the extension arm here. So with the rosettes, the camera will actually ship with this piece right here, the handle, but you can move this to each side depending on where you want the handle to be on. It has a record button on it. One of the things I should mention that we did on the regular URSA is we did do an upgrade to get you to this point where you can get the 15 stops of dynamic range. The other plus and benefit is if you need to get into a real high frame rates, into 120 frames a second, you can do that with the regular URSA camera.